Hi everyone. Hope this video finds you doing well. I'm going to give you an update for Fit Days for this week, for Tuesday, March 24th. And then this is also going to pretty much apply for Thursday as well. So this should be the only video update that I give you for this week. And just want to make sure we're on the same page when it comes to Student Congress and midterm and all of those things. A couple things to touch base on first, though, would be number one with attendance. Since it is FID days for this week on both Tuesday and Thursday, you still do need to complete the FID attendance form through the district website. So when those links come out in your email or you get a text message or notification, please do make sure that you fill it out each time. Just because you filled it out last week doesn't mean that automatically you're going to be marked present for attendance for this week. Also, and I know this doesn't apply to everyone, but for those who signed up for a CHS credit through Pitt, I received an email from Pitt last week that they are working through the faculty liaisons at Pitt to make sure that we can do everything we can to still have students earn their potential Pitt credit. So right now, I would say it looks as if there should not be any reason as to why those of you that signed up for the Pitt credit would not be eligible to receive it. Should there be some reason why we decide that there's not enough of the course content being covered or whatever, that would prohibit you from earning the Pitt credit, they did say that refunds would be provided to students. However, I don't think that's going to be necessary. I think we'll certainly be through enough of the content, enough of the material to warrant you receiving the Pitt credit, so there really shouldn't be any change to that. All right, your midterm exam review. The official due date for this is April the 1st, which is Wednesday. And again, this is the review packet that a good number of you have completed. I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to go through into PowerSchool and I'll put in a missing if I have not received a completed a completed midterm exam review packet or it hasn't been posted on Google Classroom. The missing doesn't mean that a zero is being put in since it's not the due date yet. The missing just means that I haven't received it, and I want to make sure that you're aware that it still needs to be checked in and completed for full credit. If you see missing shows up on PowerSchool and you're pretty sure that it has been submitted, then certainly reach out to me and we can make sure that all our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed, that we have everything aligned. But on April the 1st, so next Wednesday, we'll do a review for the midterm exam, and this could be me providing a recorded lesson from previous years or going through some terminology this year that's on the midterm exam packet to make sure that you're good with it. And also, we could do some things such as using the Zoom app, where I'll probably make this more of an office hour, where if someone has any specific questions about terminology on the midterm exam, that you would be able to ask those with me, and we would be in good shape. The way that the midterm is going to work is that we're going to take part one of this on Thursday, April the 2nd, and we'll take part two of this on Friday, April the 3rd. And I'm going to schedule it as a Google form through Google Classroom, and that you would take the test during normal class times from 9:06 to 9:46. So the idea would be that at 9:06 you would go into Google Classroom as if you're in third period, and you would take part one of the midterm on Thursday, and then we would do the same thing on Friday. Now, if for any reason you don't see that this time frame is going to work, and not because you're sleepy, but just because there's some reason that it's not going to be feasible for you, certainly you can reach out to me and touch base so that you can schedule a time with me when it would be more appropriate for you to take the midterm. But I'm going to have it scheduled just within these 40-minute increments. It helps to kind of replicate, the classroom setting, and it also certainly kind of helps a little bit with test security. One thing to understand, and this is going to be a little bit of a change. Initially, I told you about the parliamentary procedure quiz when we were going over the student congress notes from last week, and we weren't sure, when we were going to be back in the classroom, and certainly now we know that that's going to be a little bit later. So your parliamentary procedure terms are going to be part of part two of the midterm. Now, I am, under the FIT assignments for this week, I am putting a practice parliamentary procedure quiz posted to Google Classroom. Even though it says it would be graded and it's presented as a quiz because it's a quiz I've used in the past, it literally is just a practice exam, or a practice quiz. So any that you miss is not going to hurt you grade-wise, but it gives you an idea as to how you are with those terms and your understanding of them. So part two of your midterm is going to have parliamentary procedure terms with it. But, part one, part two, otherwise, both can certainly all have things dealing with eloquence and logical fallacies and the different types of Aristotle's components of rhetoric and things of that nature. So next Wednesday, I'll post a review. Certainly, any questions you have between now and then, you can reach out to me. But it'll be multiple choice and some short answer that would be taking place with the midterm. There's not an essay component or anything like that. Certainly, knowing definitions would be significant. You'll also want to be able to kind of recognize examples of things, whether it be logical fallacies or eloquence. Spelling won't be an issue. There would be either a multiple choice or a word bank. So if your spelling of antimetaboly or anadiplosis is a little shaky, that's not something that would prevent you from getting the answers correct. All right, so again, part one, part two, split up between Thursday, April the 2nd, and Friday, April the 3rd. Everything else that is going to be going on for this week and pretty much next week is going to be Student Congress. A good number of you watched the intro note video that I posted last week. If you hadn't had an opportunity to watch that, please do so. I want you to be researching potential bills, and you can certainly kind of contact me with any questions. And as soon as you have a formal bill ready to go, and you have parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 to that bill, where you're letting us know what the bill is, you're basically stating what's your plan of action, you're defining ambiguous terms, you have an implementation date, and then you do the all laws in conflict will be declared null and void part. Once you're ready to submit that, go ahead and submit it, because then I'll keep a running list of what bills have already been submitted so that people know which topics have been taken. Now, the due date for this is going to be April the 3rd, but you can certainly have it before then. So for Friday, April the 3rd, looking to have your research planner ready to go. So those would be the 5 potential bills that you were thinking about with the web pages that you can put into Noodle Tools, which again is explained in that note video. You have your formal bill submission, which is certainly presented in that Student Congress intro note video. So those 2 things will be ready to go for Friday, April the 3rd. They can be submitted at any time, but those would be the deadlines. And then, as I said, that parliamentary procedure terms that I went over with you in that video is going to be part of your midterm part 2 for that Friday. So there's not going to be a midterm and then a separate quiz. Figured it makes sense just to kind of have all those things together. For the following week, this does not mean that we're going to start Student Congress right away. We'll be looking through everyone's bills, kind of going through them, making sure that we have an understanding of what they mean, and you'll have opportunities to kind of begin to prepare some pro and con arguments you would want to use. So it's not going to be until, I would say, after Easter, mid-April, hopefully in the classroom, potentially still online at that point. But it's not going to be until Easter, after Easter, that we would actually begin presenting those bills. And again, there's certainly a chance that this might be something that we do remotely, where you would be able to kind of record yourself and present that that video via Google Classroom, or we could do some things with the Zoom app to try to kind of have a little bit more of a live audience. But again, that's not going to be until April, so that's going to be the main thing that we're focusing on. So first part is going to be taking care of that midterm exam review, and then the second part with after the midterm is us doing Student Congress. So this is pretty much the schedule that we're looking for the next couple weeks. Obviously have this posted under FID Day number 4 for Tuesday, but the same things are going to be in play for FID Day number 5 that's going to be on Thursday, and then again next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So by next Wednesday, review packet complete, ready to go. We'll do a little bit of a review of that, and then Thursday, Friday of next week, you have your midterm exam split into 2 parts from 9:06 to 9:46, and then also by next Friday, you have your research planner and a formal bill ready to be submitted. Any questions you have about those things, please do not hesitate to ask. Send me an email, send me something through the Remind app. We'll try to take care of that and get you what you need when you're ready to go. And again, with your midterm, if there's any reason that the 9:06 to 9:46 in the morning time frame is not going to work for you, there's some kind of conflict, please reach out to me so that we can schedule an appropriate time for you. Hope everyone's doing well. Stay healthy, stay safe. Listen to all the warnings that they are giving. Make sure that you're practicing your social distancing. Stay inside. No reason to head out. For any unnecessary reasons, other than do try to get some exercise and some fresh air from time to time. I know it's tough being cooped up all day, but it's something that we'll get through that's going to certainly have some long-term benefits for us. So hope everyone's doing well. Stay safe, and look forward to being able to see you guys again. All right, and like I said, any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Hope all is well.